Hello, hello, welcome in, hello. Happy Sunday, all. How we doing? It is already confirmed we are doing the shenanigans. They are happening. Sin, thank you so much for the 9 months, dude. Oh, it's a baby. Aw. Chris, thank you for the 12 months, dude. 1 year. Damn. Moki Show, welcome in. Joe, thank you for the 4 months. Okay. All right, task manager. Listen up. You better buckle up, Buttercup. It's freezing on me. Come on. I like having task manager open. It makes me feel warm inside. Having task manager open makes me feel like I have a blankie. I can see what's going on. I feel safe. Hello, all. How are we doing? Oh, crap. I didn't switch over to the next one. That's fine. Yeah, close enough. Miss Vampire, hello. What's up, Wicked? Swig, welcome in. Nocturnal, hello. Firefox, thank you for the 14 months. Thank you, dude. All right, I'm just closing something down, and then I'm ready to rock. Oh, I'm not ready to go back to work. I don't want to do it. I don't want to. Notifications woke you up. Damn. What time is it for you? Notifications woke you up. Shit. 10 a.m. Oh, okay. Well, that's not that bad. Okay, that's fair. Spooky, thank you for the 9 months. Welcome in. Thank you for the baby. I appreciate it. So much alimony. Katie, thank you for the 5 months. Comfy, cozy, fast. Well, you know, it's already confirmed that we're playing with Doc today, so I don't know how much comfy, cozy there's going to be. Sundays are typically meant for that, but yeah. On day 3 out of 4, 12-hour shifts. Oh, God. How many days do you get off, Coco? Do you get like 3 or 4 days off? We love Doc here. We do. Doc's our homie. And I was in Doc's stream earlier, and I was just saying hi, and he had mentioned that he made a mistake during the event, and he decided to prestige. So he's using all like tier 1 equipment. And I might have asked him. I might have said, I was like, hey, Doc, do you need an equipment daddy? Do you need an equipment daddy? He didn't say no. So just saying. Sadie, it's in my title. His name is linked in my title. So if you click on his name, it'll take you directly to his page. Yep. Thank you, guys. My God. TD, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Thank you for the prime. Nick, thank you again. Thank you so much. Autumn. Withering Witch. Excuse you. Wait. 27 months. Wait, did you resub? Wait. Wait, did I miss your resub? I'm very confused, friend. Fine Dance, thank you for the 1 year. Thank you for the prime. All these primes. You guys are nuts. Listen, prime subs are always and forever an amazing thing because you get the ability to subscribe somewhere for free once a month. And it's, I don't know. I'm sure that most people feel the same way I do, that you feel honored if somebody like does that in your stream because it's literally the only one they have for the month, which is super cool. I don't know what happened. Dude, maybe try refreshing. That might work. I don't know. That's classic Twitch. It happens. Relentless, thank you for the biddies. Oh my goodness. Dip, what up? Welcome in. Yes, we are playing with Doc today. He is in the middle of a game. I have his stream open so I can see where he is. I wouldn't say that I'd say almost definitely not going to do only Blood Moon today. I'm sure we'll just do a plethora of maps. We shall see. Oh, did it happen there? Ah, there it is. Yep. Stupid. That's so dumb you have to do that. I'm stream sniping him right now. This is facts. Learn so much watching, honestly. It'd be super. Oh, TD, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Watching the vids on YouTube. I appreciate it. Listen, if you came from the tubes, from the talks, from Instagram, from whatever, dude, wherever you came from, you guys came over here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Everybody loves Doc. Yesterday, the event didn't work for me. I had to restart the expo. Damn. Now, I have had it where the maps switched over and I didn't think about it. And then when I went into the event map, it switched. So it actually was a non-event map. I have had that happen. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the 11 months, dude. I'm sorry. Like, it's so delayed for me. I don't know why. Callie, thank you for the biddy shield. Thank you for the 7 months. Courtney, thank you for the 5 months. Having my computer and dock on the TV. Let's go. My real feed is filled with your videos. Listen, there's a reason, and we're not going to spend too long on it. There's a reason that I always tell people that you should be diversifying your content, not just so that you have more exposure, but you don't know what's going to do really well in one place, like, or do okay in somewhere and explode in another. You don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, typically, if you have a video that does really well, it will typically do really well across most platforms, usually, but that's not always the case. Fact and point, I literally have a video that just did that. It did stupid well on Instagram, and it did okay everywhere else. It did actually really good on TikTok. It did good on TikTok. It exploded on Instagram and did like fine on YouTube. You got me, dude. I don't know. All right, let me open up Phasmo. Let's open up to Phasmophobia. Sorry, I'm going to be sniffly today. I tried to take medicine earlier. I will do my best to not do it into the microphone. Was it RV there yet? Yes, it is the video where I launched, I didn't launch Baron. He was dumb enough to step on the mine himself. But yes, that video. So on TikTok, that video has 120,000 views. That's really good. That's awesome. That is amazing. On YouTube, hold on. On YouTube, oh God, it disappeared. It's gone. It's not gone. It's just over there. It had 17K views. Okay, sure. On Instagram. Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you. On Instagram, it has 629,000 views. Why? Why there? Why there? Is it like, okay, we choose you? I got Pokemon. I don't know why there. Hey, Phasmophobia, what's up, dude? I don't know. It was a very, no matter how well it did, it made me laugh. So, yeah. I don't need a ranch soda. I don't have any more ranch sodas. Thank you very much. I had 2 and I drank them both literally back to back. How do you feel about that? Recovering from my second son's wedding. Oh, let's go. Hell yeah, congrats. Oh my God. That must be crazy. That must be a crazy feeling. I can't relate at all. My children are still young. I know on TikTok, a number of view was me playing that on repeat. Oh, it was so funny. Combined all 3 of your POVs. Oh, me too. I'm glad. I love everybody's take on it. It was really good. I'm glad that Chinkus was actually recording, which made it even better. Doc is done. Oh, I just scrolled off his thing. Okay, good. I need to be the one to create the lobby though, because if I'm being his equipment daddy, then I need to be the one with the lobby because it'll be my equipment that's there. Yeah. He's inviting you? No. I'm inviting him. Where is he? There he is. Oh, never mind.
Hello?
Equipment daddy present.
Hi! Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Awesome. Hi, Flash. How
Hi,
are
Doc.
you today? How's Sunday?
Good. How's your Sunday?
Oh, we're doing all right. We're hanging in there, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
I had some sausages and some toast for breakfast. I had a coffee.
Okay.
My kids looked at me funny. You know, normal Sunday stuff.
Is it based on how you were eating the sausage?
I base a lot of things up. We're not going to finish that sentence. Yeah, no. We're not finishing that sentence.
I tell you what.
So,
Why? No. Why don't you come confess to Balzor?
Oh, mighty Balzor. I cannot count the number of times I have viewed your amazingness, sat in awe at your countenance and thought to myself, why do I always eat the sausages in little tiny pieces? Please, do not slight me, erstwise. I'll be depressed and saddened and suffer from tooth decay. and a lack of self-confidence.
Doc,
I feel a lot better.
this is Balzor.
Oh my God, Balzor, yes.
I saw how you ate the sausages.
What do you think?
I did not know I could be disappointed and also impressed at the same time.
Eureka! My existence is complete!
We accept you!
Yeah, let's go!
Oh man. I don't know why.
An episode of Star Trek.
I don't know why I ate it with a little tiny fork. I'm not sure. Oh my God. Beautiful. Okay.
All right, well, either that or I'll just blend them up and eat them in a slurry.
Oh,
a little
God.
sausage slurry?
Ew.
Okay, maybe that was too much.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
sorry, I
Listen,
don't know.
I've had a hot dog smoothie in this room. Okay.
Oh, that's true. I remember that.
Yeah, it was not okay. Ugh.
Well, it sounds like we've just found ourselves another goal.
Oh
for
God.
your chat.
Another
Yeah, so
death
chat,
runs,
not to
hot
put
dog
ideas
runs.
in your head. Because streamers shouldn't do that to other streamers. But hey, don't you think it'd be a great idea to have a breakfast link slurry goal? I think that would be wonderful.
Well, it was great having you, Doc. I'll see you later. Bye.
All right, hey, fun times. I lost my daddy.
No. Oh God. I lost my daddy. Ew.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Map wise, listen, we don't have to run Blood Moon. It could be whatever. I don't care.
Okay. I too am fine with whatever. I
Okay.
am just along for the ride. That's it.
As am I. Well, I tell you what. I think you were just here, weren't you?
Just there? Well, hey, I always like a Tanglewood, but I'm fine with whatever you want to do.
Okay. I say we start on here, and then maybe we either pick the next map or maybe go random on the next one.
Okay. Oh, I am ready. I am ready for the random. I'm full of sausages and ready to go.
Okay. Hey, speaking of sausages, you know what?
What's that? You lied.
No, there was no lying.
There is not a single sausage in this entire van.
No. Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it.
Hold on.
There we go. There we go. The plane has landed. And we're here in Rome.
All right. Well played, sir. Well played.
There's at least 2 sausages here.
It always seems like we end up finding a theme for the streams when we stream together.
I don't
and
want
we
that
may
to
have
be the
just stumbled
theme.
upon it.
No, I don't want
We
that to be the
stumbled upon
theme.
it.
No.
Everybody, hey.
Welcome to FlashForce's Sausage Stream. All of your breakfast dreams will come true.
You never read off the stuff in the truck.
Hi. All right.
You see what I have to put up with?
Case 576, Mary Skinner. Photo of the ghost. Capture 3 unique videos on the video camera and prevent the ghost from hunting with a crucifix.
I was expecting you to turn around, just say sausage, and then just leave.
Oh, see, that's why you're the best. You think of these things. I'm just like...
As if you're not the... It's not me. I'm innocent. I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby. Okay. Anyway, hi, guys. Hey, how we doing? Hello. Eye break. Did you say the ghost opened the front door? Ooh. Picatures on the floor. Okay. I'm gonna get the breaker. My God. Cookie lady, thank you for the gifted. Oh my God, Lizard. Lizard. Making a tabletop game? Yes, they are. I think it might already be done. Yeah, I think it might already be done. Radio voice? Radio voice. I'm so confused. Has Doc ever played with? Absolutely. Of course. So when you're holding the Ouija board, you can still interact with things. When you're holding the tarot cards, you can't interact with squat. That makes sense. Hey, I found a thing.
Hey.
Look at this.
Okay.
Look
What
at
do
this
you
guy.
intend to do with that thing?
I typically like to ask about the pineapples. We could ask sausages, though.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, after you.
Oh, okay.
By all means.
Allow me. How many sausages can you stick up your butt? How many sausages can you stick up your butt? 81.
How many was that?
That was 81.
Well, maybe they were blended into a slurry first.
Touche. How do you feel? Cold. It didn't heat him up first. Ugh.
All right, I got this. How was Roger's last karate lesson?
Okay.
How many? Oh.
No,
Sorry,
you're fine. No,
I didn't
you're
hear.
fine. Go ahead. No, let it rip. It didn't
okay.
register your last one.
All right. Bleh. Okay. Well, it wants no part of anything that I am doing. Understandable.
It's a little shy. I'm gonna go get a smudge. Some cold sausages. Ugh. Who does that? Alvin, thank you for the biddies. Ivan, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. All right, I'm gonna get this. I'm on a mission. I need to protect Doc. I need to protect Doc at all costs. At all costs, we need to protect him. Sparkle! Ah, friend. Okay.
I anticipate those dots will not remain there for the entire game. Feel free to move them if you want.
Oh, they're fine there with me. Is Ghosty in the hallway here?
I thought so.
Is that Nenor? That was the nursery
sure which
door. Never had cold cuts? Okay, but just like 81 cold sausages straight up the keister, that's quite a feat.
All right, I'm gonna go grab more ghost hunting crap.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I love ghost hunting crap. So it's 7 degrees here. Oh, it's in the nursery. Hey, it's awfully nibbly in the nursery, friend.
So what you're saying is that my hallway dots, they're not doing anything. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, technically they're doing something. I just moved them so that they could possibly do even more.
Roger that. Hey, Flash, how about that sausage stream that's coming up for you? When's that a thing?
Remember that time when it was really fun to play with Doc? That was so cool.
Oh,
Take it back. Take it back. Did you already? Wait a minute.
You know what? I'm taking my book and I'm going home.
Why
Wait,
can't-
if I can remember how to pick things up? Okay.
Why can't I record these? There's orbs in here and I can't record them. Oh, there they are. Okay.
All right.
I fixed it.
Oh,
So orbs.
well fixed. All right, that's a good start.
All right, I'll
What
put that
are
in
you?
there for you. I'm gonna get out of the room. Okay, you're good.
Are you far?
The giant bunny. I do.
Give me a sign. Can you do?
They
your
were
thing?
outside there for a second. Yeah. Thank you guys for the hype train, friends. I appreciate you.
Are you close? Can you sing me a song? Can you dance magic dance?
Mary, of course. That is why I
Dance,
stream
magic
today on the
dance.
the time that I stream. It's
Dance magic dance. I saw my baby crying hard as babe could cry. What could I do? Not
Noth-
working.
nothing.
No, nothing.
Maybe it's
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
maybe it's a fan of like techno.
Okay. Oh God! It hates techno. Why are you so good at that? It's terrifying.
How long am I streaming today? So I have a hard cutoff at 4 o'clock today.
I can't do it. I'm like Chiba with the breath boys. I can't.
Straight fear. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Okay. The ghost did not want to vibe with Doc. No, they did not. Trickster, hello. You know, it is the wildest thing. Thank you, Kev. It is a crazy thing to see someone come in and chat for the first time and they're subscribed. It is a really weird thing. It's an amazing thing, but it's a really weird thing. We have orbs, right? That's it. All right. I'd say no to the UVs. Spicy. Let me check the temps. Ghostie's being a party pooper. It's being a something. Oh, we got Le Freezing.
Okay, Le Freezing.
Rev Yure Hantu Onryo.
Unless, could it be? It could be mimicry.
Technically, it could be. Yes,
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
have UV though. I say technically because I didn't have UV, but let's be technical here. If it was mimicking an Obake, it could be hiding the UV.
I'm gonna go get a lighter. All right.
Oh, okay. Ah, ow! Doc, bring a Band-Aid.
Wait, can you say that again? I was being shot.
Bring a Band-Aid. I'm burned.
What, a Band-Aid?
Yeah, it lit something on fire in my hands.
Roger that. I will bring some antibacterial sausage slurry for you.
You know what? Never mind. I'm fine. It's gonna hunt as soon as he walks in. Is that a Revenante? Missed it by that much. Thank you guys for the follows. Noel, Lexi, mildest sauce. I'm sorry. Eee! Oh, that was unnecessary. Ugh. I played with the freaking doll.
Oh my God, are you okay?
Oh.
My ficus. What have you done?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. It's raining. It'll wash off. It's fine.
You've soiled my ficus.
What a sentence. You soiled my ficus.
Well, I mean, yeah, it could be worse. Could have something to do with sausage.
Daddy, would you like my sausage? Oh, bitch.
Oh, hey.
Got it.
Recorded.
Oh, is that? Oh, I thought there was a ghost fart inbound. Never mind. Hey, we have no more crucifix defenses, by the way.
Roger that. Why am I using...
Roger that.
Maybe it's very immersive.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you could understand me.
Hey, it's about to hunt you, by the way. Mana. Oh, Doc, you're never gonna guess what happened. I didn't know he would get got to. I smudged. I had a lighter, did I not?
Welcome back. Like for bed.
Did I really not have a lighter? I might not have. That's very, very possible. I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember if I did or not. I don't know.
Balls. Well, that was unfortunate.
You know, I gotta be real. I'm not sure if I had a lighter or not. Oh, I did. Okay, apparently I did. I smudged. It must have been something with the timing of when it rounded the corner. I don't know what happened.
Okay, well, I gotta be real with you. I had a smudge in my hand and a lighter. And something in my brain went.
Don't worry, Doc. FlashForce will protect you. You're going to be fine.
I wasn't expecting to all of a sudden in the death room hear this. Ah!
Well, it was funny because you were behind the kitchen counter, and then you just stopped, and then you turned and you looked at me, and I was like, "What's happening? What is this right now?" And then it destroyed me.
Hey, restarted. What's up? By the way, stay there. Hold on. Do I look absolutely horrifying right now?
Yeah, you got red eyes.
Yep. Okay.
You look a little bit like a Nosferatu kind of thing. Going
Roger that. I don't know. I can't do like my hand. I can't do the hand thing. Or maybe I do it like that. I don't know. I tried.
That was pretty
good. It was worth a shot. Hey, Natasha, welcome in. Wow. What a great, what a great start.
I concur. How do we improve our performance for the next round? I'm here to learn.
You know, I think less of a sausage intro, I feel like will lead to a victory.
Less of a sausage intro.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes some sense. Fine. All right. Fair enough.
It's just a suggestion. We don't have to do it, but it's just, you know.
No more sausage talk. I gotcha. Yep.
I did have a lighter. I thought I did. Yeah. I don't know. I smudged. I knew it was coming. Well, I chose Tangles, so why don't you choose the next one?
All right. I choose... Does it matter? Do we care if it's a blood moon or not?
Oh no, it can be or can't be. I don't care.
Okay. All right. Since we are going away from sausage theme, we're gonna go to Point Hope.
Okay. Son of a bitch. Gosh dang it.
Sausage, 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 hey, sausage, 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 woo, sausage, 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 hey.
We're only talking about breakfast links. It's a food stream. Calm down. We're good. All right, here we go.
Case 5. Case 577, Catherine Miller. Getting us to Florida file item. A member reached him escape because fueling a hunter detected from Nomosam with a parabolic sausage.
I just, I just don't know if it's possible to hate your face anymore at certain times.
I like breakfast.
I tell you what then. Okay. No, you know what? We're going to lean into it. This is how this is going to go.
Oh. Okay.
You can bring 3 items into the map. That's totally fine. But as we pass the kitchen, you will grab a sausage and you will not drop that sausage until we're done. Sausage run.
Do I get to name it?
Sure.
Can I name it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, done.
Okay.
Hey, I'm down for the challenge.
So we can bring 3 things in, but as soon as we get to that kitchen, you better drop one. You better grab a sausage.
All right, done and done.
All right, let's do this. Trip 7. I hate it here. I hate it so much. Restarted. Thank you so much for the sub. Welcome in. This is what happens when Doc and I play together. It's good. It's bad. It's good and bad.
Okay.
We have hiding here. Good deal. No cards.
Balzor.
Balzor. Tips for this map? Yeah. Oh. Hey.
Okay. All right.
Grab yourself a sausage.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. I tell you what. I will pick up the EMF that. Do you have a thermo on you? Or what do you have?
I got the thermo.
Okay. I have an EMF.
All right. But before we move on, it's important for the sake of communication and understanding and trust. What have you named your sausage? FlashForce? Do you need, I have my name done, so you could take a second to think.
Okay.
My sausage's name.
Yes.
Is Johan.
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 Oh, that's such a nice name.
Thank you.
My sausage's name is Larry.
See, there we go. Now they must survive. That's the rule, right? The sausages must survive.
They must
until the end of
survive.
the
They
game?
must make it to the truck.
Okay.
And they cannot
Otherwise,
leave
it's
our
not a success.
inventory. They cannot leave our inventory until we are done the investigation.
Okay. Done and done. I like this plan. I think
Okay.
this is a good play.
Our sanity has probably drained so much, by the way, because on Blood Moon, your passive sanity drains twice as fast.
All right.
The misadventures of Larry and Johan. I love it. I love it. There's a bone. Should I just grab it? I'm just going to grab it. F it.
I got that power.
Roger that. It's so stupid. Hey, Gladys, welcome in. Ghost gonna be a Revy. We just had a Revy. I knew it. Balzor. I'm hoping that he's checking temps on the way through, because if not, this could end badly. Nothing looks moved. I swear if this ghost is all the way at the top.
I'm on my way.
Is that the ghost? No, because I just turned the light on. By the way. What if it's all the way downstairs?
It's not up here.
Oh boy, maybe it's down towards the beginning. The little nightlight, yes.
President, how about you take Larry over to the shower area, okay, and check to make sure that nothing wackadoos happening down in the shower.
Roger that. Yeah, the little nightlight. You can use that to do a mare test. Oh, I'm sorry.
I actually thought you were downstairs. I turned and I looked, and I'm like, is this an event?
No, but you looked very creepy with the red light coming through that wall, the door though.
I mean, while I appreciate the frank and honest assessment, I mean, you could word it a little bit different. You could say, "Oh, you look different. You look
Okay.
different from normal." But no, it's like, "Wow, you."
Okay, I'll word it.
look
I'll word
like-
it differently. I'll word it differently. Okay, you look really weird with light on your face.
Okay, that's still not great. That's basically like saying, "Wow, you look like a camel's intestinal
You look
tract."
you look awfully strange when I can see you. Can use the nightlight for what test? For the mare.
Man,
Whenever you turn on the nightlight, if the ghost immediately turns it off, it could be a mare. Yeah. It's a nightlight in case you get scared. Yeah.
okay, so I went to take out my EMF detector, and instead I took out a sausage. That was not helpful.
You know, if I had if I had a nickel for every time I said that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Every time I said it.
Wait, which part precisely?
About the pulling out the sausage.
You know what? I didn't even pick up on that. Like, there was nothing intentional in that statement whatsoever. It just sort of
Roger
just
that.
sort of appeared. Sausage check.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah.
Sausage check. Sausage check.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Sausage check.
Okay, good.
All right. I'll be right there. There we go. Okay. There we go. Tat, what up, dude? It totally popped up for me. What popped up for you? I'm so confused. At least it's not at the top. I know. We didn't check the bottom earlier because it wasn't doing anything, so we didn't know. Yeah. Thank y'all for the follow, Stewie Thug. Thank you for the 2 months, man.
See, now this sucks because I always, out of
You,
force of habit,
you bring it
carry
back
my
to the truck.
flashlight.
And now you can only
Yeah,
bring
it's
back
here.
in like one thing.
I know. All right, I'm gonna
What
bring
did we
in this
learn?
You know, you're my equipment dad. You're not my real dad.
Oh, come on, bud. Come on, pal. You don't mean that.
I just wanted to go in the backyard and play catch.
With the sausage?
I'm taking Johan in the backyard. We're
No.
playing catch.
Is it a turkey sausage? It could be. It absolutely could be. SpongeBob, welcome in, dude. You never know. It's hard to say. When he gets back in here, I'm going to do a sausage check. If he doesn't have it on him, it's going to be curtains. I'm waiting. You know what? No. Let's get the camera. We'll put it on here. There we go. Hey.
Yeah.
Sausage check. Okay.
There it is.
Can't wait for Nell's Diner. Me either, man. It's so soon. It really is not that far away, is it? Do a quick little peek here. Do a quick little peek. I don't know.
It's a breakfast link, right? Like, there's no innuendo involved. It's a breakfast link.
Sure.
Told you, Chad.
It's on the 11th? Yeah. Ever had the tripod disappear in the truck only to appear in the house? Probably at some point.
Did we already have that? Because we have it now.
No. Okay, I'm going to grab both of these. It's probably going to hunt soon. There's no way it's not, right? It has to. Sausage day? Yeah, Sunday sausage day. Okay. I'll stand here. I want to see where it's walking, because right now it hasn't set the motion sensors off at all.
Sausage check. Oh,
Oh,
God.
oh.
Gotta be careful.
Listen, I don't feel comfortable you asking me like that. He said sausage check.
Note to self. We will no longer crouch when we are doing the check.
Noted. It's not walking around. Why? Now you want to... I'm so sorry. Listen, a few of us were the first ones ever to play sausage in the hole in this map when it first came out. Okay? Me and JoJo especially. Because we created the game. Arista, welcome in. Thank you all for the follows too. Lonely Ghost, Nico. It is not... You son of a bitch. He just leaves. That was aggressive as shit. Still got it. Ayo. What? Okay. So we have Spirit Box. That's it so far, right? Where are you? Are you here?
Right here.
I'm in here talking to myself, Doc. We have UV, by the way.
I'm sorry, say that.
I'm in here talking to
roger
myself.
that. Oh, I'm sorry.
I said right. I said right here.
I'll talk to you.
Oh
Okay.
no. I did that. I did that right here.
Okay. Do we have any sign of ghost orbs?
No,
anywhere?
but we do have UV on Nanor.
Okay. No!
If it showed up, that'd be really nice because then I could check for a phantom. Larry!
Okay. Oh, motherfucker!
Dang it. All right. I'm going to quickly get a photo camera. I'll be back. I think it's right there. You might be right. Yeah. Speaking of showing up. What are Flash and Doc talking about? Just their sausages. Well, you know, to each is their own. Sausage check. I'm going to grab a smudge and a lighter. Doc has a smudge. He does not have a lighter. Hey, can we get a sausage check?
Yeah. Way ahead of your partner.
Hey, there we go. Now, can we now let's do a smudge check and a lighter check.
Small problem. Oh no! God! Oh no! Okay.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean when I was saying small problem. You know what I mean.
Oh, you weren't talking about Johan, were you?
No, I meant the light.
Make sure he comes back. Oh, there he is. Hey, Pips, how's it going? It's funny. I went to go grab a smudge from the truck, and as I picked up the smudge and picked up a lighter, I was like, why is there 3 more?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, has that been burned twice? Oh, no. This one has a burn on it.
I just want to note it for the record that this was not my idea.
What, going here?
No. Like the whole sausage challenge.
Well, you asked for this. That's hot.
That's fair. That's fair. No!
I've already got a photo of that. I would like a photo of the ghost so we could say phantom yay nay.
All right.
Yeah, this
Where do you
crucifix is
intend
burnt
to run
through.
to hide when it's time for running and hiding.
Well, if you want to run and hide, you could always run and hide in here.
I can never close this door properly.
Well, then that might not be the best for you. I'm gonna go up here. No hiding. Well, balls. Pulte Phantom Mimic. We didn't have orbs, so we're going to say probably not a mimic. Probably Pulte Phantom. And we can watch it and know if it's a phantom or not. Skill issue. No, I've heard a lot of people having trouble with that tent. Sausage? Sausage. Excited about the new map? Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be so fun. Watch it spawn on top of me. I might poop. Orb stuck in the wall. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Will the chats be seen by him? It's hard to say. Oh, I can't turn that light back on. Uh-oh. Goes fat.
Roger that now.
Is that a phantom? Oh. I don't think it's a child. I think it's Pam. Yeah, that's a phantom. Would you stop hunting? Good grief, dude. Thank you. That's very aggressive.
Well, that door, I don't know what it is. That door, the
I
little
know.
tiny lighthouse. I can't do the
She looked pretty invisible.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say, I think we have a fan of Tom.
All right, I did start the hunt timer just in casesies.
Okay, not a bad idea. We need a firelight blowout. What else do we need?
Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
You said not a bad idea. That's not the same as saying it's a good idea.
Oh, it's a
not the
wonderful
same.
idea. Oh, sausage check.
Oh.
Oh, man. There we go.
All right, we're good.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to drop the camera, bring a firelight in to get our objectives.
Roger that.
Hey, Hassan, I'm good. How are you? Look like a child. It was just crawling, Pam. I could see her through the wall. All right, this is for you, young lady. I would like a parabolic response, please. If she starts hunting, I might need to run. She's about to start hunting. I'm going to run. Can I get it from over here? There's nowhere to hide. Anywhere. I'm gonna have to do circles, bro. Sag. I have no smudge on me. That's the problem. Hey, Pringle, welcome in. Yeah, there's hiding all the way up there, but I don't want to go all the way up there. I might just circle her around around the pole that is in the middle of the room. Got your APOC 3 trophy? Nice. Okay. Hey, Algo, what's up? Maybe. BS, I'm good. How are you? Oh my.
Glad you're alive.
There is a Balzor. This is a... Hey, she's hunting.
Okay, you would think.
Oh, she's on the next floor down. Okay, careful, SpongeBob. It's like a little pre-warning. Would you go away, lady? Hey, Jay, thank you for the follow. Jonas, Mew, welcome in. What's up, Mikey? Okay. I'm going to try to run outside. I might die. This is a YOLO moment. We have no more crucifixes left. Made it. Live, damn it, live!
I'm on my way!
It's probably about to start hunting, SpongeBob.
We're gonna be fine!
I think it's hunting. Roger that.
We're not gonna be fine!
Johan! Protect him! Protect Johan! Protect Johan at all costs! What do we think the ghost is? A phantom. It's very not visible. If that's the way to put it for you. Very not visible. How do you play Phas? On Steam or Xbox or PlayStation? You just play. Run.
Hey,
Yeah.
sausage check.
Hold on.
Wait, why am I running?
Hold on. I really hope I just hit that. Sausage.
Oh, done.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay. I need to get this parabolics response.
Okay. Well, if there's anyone who can do it, it is you.
Oh. Aw. What is the objective? To figure out what ghost you're dealing with. So you use different pieces of equipment and knowledge of the ghosties to figure out what it is you're dealing with.
Doesn't want to go on record.
Go on record with what?
It doesn't want to make any sound. So
Oh.
if I ask it like a
It just responded.
hey. Oh,
I think it saw Johan.
well,
It said,
sure. Okay.
would it be possible to open the door that's against a wall and hide behind the door, angling it so that the door's against the wall? Well, there's a tricky part of that, too. Sarah, thank you so much for the daily heart, me friend. Hey, it can start hunting in the next, like, 20-ish seconds, by the way.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna count down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12,
5,
11,
4,
10,
3,
9,
2,
8,
1. Bye, Doc.
5,
It evented on him. That was awfully brave, sir. That was awfully brave.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's my middle name. It's Johan's middle name. I'm Johan, the brave sausage.
Do we know anybody that's really good at like comic strips or anything like that? Can they make one about the sausages?
Wait, do we what? I'm sorry. I had a sound.
No, like if someone could make like an animated series of Johan and Larry, or Larry and Johan.
Johan and Larry? Okay,
Yeah.
someone out there's got to have that kind of talent.
Right? Just super
It's
fast
certainly not
mock-ups.
Yeah, but if you could go ahead and maybe not do something that would get us kicked off of Twitch, that would be kind
Well,
of
yeah,
cool.
TOS would be very, very preferred. The Crazy Adventures of Johan and Larry. I think that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, like maybe if you add buns. Okay, but maybe not. But maybe I
Maybe
don't
that's
know.
what they sleep in. They sleep in a little bun, and then they wake up and they go ghost hunting.
See, that's kind of adorable.
Aw.
See, it is wholesome. It's nice. It's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, with a
If you're
W,
coming up
not
with
an
something
H.
that's weird, that's just in your mind. That's not us.
That's right.
That's not us.
Amen. All
Yeah.
right. Well, this is a phantom. Let's get out of here.
All right. Roger that. Phantom it is.
No, Larry, not
Oh.
Roger. Sausage check.
Let's check. Ready?
Touch,
and...
touch. But did they use the ketchup or the mustard as a blanket? That's a great question. I don't know.
Look at that. Cash money. I'll take it. Crucifix unlocked.
Survived my first
Salt
sausage
unlocked?
challenge.
You did it. Wait, was that an achievement? Did you get that?
That would be amazing if an achievement was pick up a sausage and keep it in your hand the entire time.
For the entire time. Yeah.
That'd be a good idea. I do like
Let's
something
get
like
on
that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll pass it on to the devs.
Yeah. Listen.
By the way, we're gonna have to
Daku
kick you out of the
Yeah.
program.
He would really like to know if it's possible. Listen, I didn't want to say this, but
I didn't want
pity
to,
the
but I
guy.
promised him. The poor guy.
yeah,
He's having a
could
rough
you
day.
go ahead and maybe put a sausage achievement in the game? I'm sorry. What was that, FlashForce?
Could you put the sausage
in the game?
in the game? Hey, Juice, what's up? Tiger, thank you for the 4 months,
Just a
homie.
Big shiny sausage.
Oh my God, can you imagine coming over here and there's just a big sausage, golden bright sausage?
It's like no, but it's up on top because
Oh, it's
just
so
like-
big. What would the, like, you have these different names. So you have like Break the Bank and Dedicated, Devoted. What would that one be called?
Johan. Just Johan.
It just says Johan and Larry. People be so confused. Why in hell? Okay. Well, you chose
All
Point
right.
Hope. I want to
I
go
did.
random.
I did. Oh. Hey.
Hey, by the
Random
way,
it is.
do you by chance
Yeah.
have ads happening anytime soon?
I just did my ads. I just did them. So if you were to hop into your ads now,
Let's okay. So we
It
can
would
get
kind of
started and
coincide.
we can start the map and get all the things and stuff. It'll be fine.
all right, roger
it's
that.
fine. All right.
Map, thing, stuff.
Random, go. Ooh, I like a good sunny meadows. All right. I am going to run the ads, friends. I do 3 minutes every hour so that there's no pre-rolls. It's going to be us setting stuff up. You're not going to miss anything.
I will.
You'll be fine. But 3 minutes, friends. I'm going to go ahead and run them now. Okay.
Oh my God. Tell
What?
me more.
What happened?
It said there's reports of violence. And I don't have my sausage.
Oh, no. Andy, you goonie. Okay, listen.
Oh my God. that
Listen,
was so
listen.
good.
Tighten
All
up. Tighten
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
We have a mission, damn it.
I'm- okay, I'm ready. Wait a minute. How do I do things on my stream? Okay, here we go.
Bang. Case 578, Mary Maudsley. A member of your team goes during the hunt captures 3 unique photos with the photo camera and capture a photo of any successful beating down an EMF reader. So none of that non-successful crap. If you're going to bring EMF, bring it right.
Did you pronounce it Uniqua?
Yeah, Uniqua.
Okay. Capture
Well, how do
3
you pronounce
Uniqua.
it?
No, it's just a way more like
Unique
it's
way
got-
to say it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I like it. It's got so much extra
Yeah,
sauce on
zing.
it. Zing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do parabolic, flashlight, and thermo. All right, I'm ready. It's so quiet.
It is.
It's uncomfy again. Yeah.
It's almost
Too quiet.
too quiet.
It's almost
I'm pretty sure voice
Too
mod
quiet.
is the greatest thing.
I don't know. There's only so many buttons that might.
It's too quiet.
All right. No juice. No, this is full. This is full. Hiding. Nice. Let's go see what our cursed possession is first. Quick bone. Boner. Hey, the bone's still broken. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, it's Frank. Eh. Not that helpful, but it'll be fine. My favorite kind of juice? It depends. Yeah, it depends. Emerson, welcome in. What's up, Zad?
I'm gonna go check the boss mod.
Okay, I'm gonna go check over here. Damn.
Roger that. Go check over there.
I checked over here. There's no power there. I did not check for Bonosorbs. No, I have failed. Let's prep that switch just in case he gets the lights on. Found it. It's outside. Juice is loose. Hey, Jackie, welcome in. Jack Lemmings, hello. All right. I'm going to start down the female wing, and then I'll make my way back through restricted. Where was that? Wait. Oh, I wasn't paying.
Be careful. Sorry, I was going to say something sooner, but I just ended up typing a lot of B's in chat.
Oh, that's okay. I believe the ghost is in patient 07's room on the female wing. That crucifix is upside down and it turned the light on. Yeah, I'm pretty sold it's here.
What's going on with what?
Lil Z. On the female wing, there is a room that has 3 crucifixes in it. 2 of them have been turned over.
Roger that. Which way is the female wing?
It's behind you, Doc.
Thank you. Oh, by the way,
Oh yeah, this is still broken. This bone spawns here every time Sunny Meadows or Sunny Restricted. Every time it will
Are
spawn
you
here.
for real?
Yep. We don't know why. It just does.
Okay, so the notes for the devs so far today are bone needs to be fixed, sausage achievement, sensing a theme.
Roger that.
Sense
Bone,
empathy.
sausage.
Okay.
I can only imagine what's next.
Yeah.
Chili, hello. Welcome in. This man's a trip. This man's a trip. Take Doc to the promised land. Add more caulk. Oh, that could be the next one. Yeah, that's true. Fix the game. Listen, dude. They only have so many hands, all right? I'll grab that. I'll grab that. You know what? Do I want to bring a crucifix? I kind of want to bring a crucifix instead. Yeah, let's. Oh, nope. I was literally going to bring it. Let's do this. Okay. Honestly, when you have multiple people, the big maps can be a lot of fun.
I placed an EMF detector next to the Duffelberg.
Oh, thanks there, bud.
Not a problem there, buddy. 10-4. Oh,
A big streamer that reads their chat. What streamers do you go into that don't read their chat? Take the mannequin's hands. You'll have more. Ah, 200 IQ. I like it. Was it here? Okay. I see no orbicals. Most. Like who? I don't mean to, like, you know, necessarily call anybody out. but most streamers that I know talk to their chat. Where are you? It's taking a wee. Think they're too famous. Well, it depends how many. Okay, no, you know what? Don't drop names. How many viewers do these other streamers have? Okay, no freezing yet. It's taking a wee. Real question is, APOC 3 still broken to where you don't need a Ghost Photo? I don't know, but I have heard that, Tuda. Yeah. Hey. Hey. I've heard that. I don't know if they fixed that or not. If they did, I would hope that they would put that in some patch notes or something. Maverick, thank you for the follow. Pretty seamlessly responding to most chat inputs while still being present, interacting actively with who you're playing with. I feel like everyone tries. You just have, it's honestly, it is something that comes with practice, but it also not every streamer wants to read every single message. It's just the way that they operate, and that's totally fine. I don't go into streamers chats expecting my message to be read, and if it's not read, I'm like, oh, how dare you? If I know that they only interact with chat every so often, I accept that that's just how they are, and that's totally fine. That doesn't bother me. But you have streamers that do talk.
Okay, there's a camera in the room now.
Yeah, I see that.
Have you tried checking the other camera to make sure that there's no ghost orb?
Yeah, I checked the one angle and then I saw a camera, so I checked the other angle, and then I checked that camera and saw another angle.
Roger that. Is there a ghost orb hovering in between the two?
In between both of them, I do not see an orb, but I do see a dock.
Okay, can you do me oh, he's just turned on a light in here. Can you do me a favor and say camera 1, camera 2?
Okay, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 2, camera 1.
Nice try.
You're too good. I can't get you. That was good.
All right,
Two
yeah,
angles.
as I was saying, it turned on a light, so
Actually,
I'm
that's-
thinking it's not a mirror.
You know, listen, I don't want to wish demise on anyone, but do you know how funny it would be to have 4 camera angles of someone dying?
Let's do it.
No, don't you dare. We'll do it later. Not right now. We're doing it live.
No, we're doing it live. We're doing it live.
God dang it. You're living, damn it. I don't care what they say. Do this. And a head cam. Oh, dude, there's so many possibilities. Hi, Karumba. It can be overwhelming for the streamer as well, trying to answer everyone. Chiba gets... I know, and that's why it doesn't bother me that much. I know that most try to respond to as much as they possibly can. Hey. So, to say, man, I've been going in a bunch of chats and they're not reading my messages... to me, it really depends on how many viewers they have. If you're going into a chat that has 10,000 viewers and you're like, they're not reading my message. I mean, I could probably tell you why. Yikes. Let's do this, do this, do this. I heard a footy, but I don't see a footy. I heard a footy, but I don't see a footy. Golden, Uncle, thank you guys for the follows. Peyton, welcome in. Okay, definitely not. Why not lead Doc to one of the need help posters? That's actually a funny idea. Hey, Eagle, what's up, dude? How are you? That's actually pretty funny. All right.
Hey, I brought a camera just in case we need one.
Thank you.
Right.
You know, I was wondering when we were going to bring another camera in here.
Well, wait a minute. I got a question, though. So we're talking about... I'm really excited about this idea, in case you haven't gathered.
Okay.
Is there a way that we can get an angle on the camera pointing like up instead of just straight on? You know what I mean?
Ooh, I understand what you're saying. Okay. I feel like it's going to be tough. I don't think it's impossible. By the way, hold on. Is that at the Switch? Oh, no. It interacted with the tripod. Ooh. Well, oh, but you can't. Okay, here's
Well, maybe if we leaned it against this, like against the bed frame, or
the only way I could think of getting that would be you placing the camera and then the ghost throwing the camera to an up position. Because you can't, because if you do this, the camera's not technically on.
Oh,
You have to place it. Yes. So that's why if you have it like there, Ghosty might interact with it. And if it throws it to a point where it's looking up, then you're in the money. But if not, then I think you're in trouble. Hey, Quibble. Siren, Ben, welcome in. B, Death Star. Thank you for the heart me's.
All right, so we've got.
Don't expect the chats to be read, but when they're read, I'm like, huh, what just happened? That's me in any chat. Once you hit 1,000 viewers, the chat moves so fast you can't keep up. Well, I know people.
This should be good.
Okay. I know people that have a couple thousand viewers, but their chat doesn't move that fast because a lot of people are there watching the gameplay. Again, it depends. I know streamers that have 10 viewers and their chat is effing flying because they're just so interactive. It just depends, man. It's all relative. Yeah. All relative. What happens if you drop items behind that overturned bed? Oh, well, see, again, but that's, oh, you mean like, does it drop and it's gone forever? Oh, yeah. Ding. That I don't know. Tedzilla, I swear to God. Can't tell you how many dots Flash has missed because of it. Well, listen, I've missed many a thing on these cameras because we're reading and talking, okay? I would much rather miss that and get to talk to you guys. All right, so now we have... Wait. Oh, did you place it on top of the bed frame?
I did.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn the
just to get a slightly different.
Turn the night vision off so you can see it. There you go.
All right.
Can you get it back on this one? Yes, because you can walk behind. Yeah. I'm all welcome in. Hello.
A couple of decent angles.
Thank you.
A couple of decent angles. I really wish we could get that upward view though. Right.
Again, I think Ghosty's going to need to decide to pick up that camera and toss it. That's going to be the only way.
Right. Gosh, my vision is ruined.
Infrangible, thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. Oh, he's got the other camera. Look at all these camera angles we have. Look. Here, I'll look at this one because then you can see these ones. We have a live dock view and then 2 views from inside the room. 3, technically. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Hex? Although these cameras are always my favorite because it's like Cloverfield. No, he's fine. I have 2 crucifixes over there. He'll be fine. Hey, Juggle, welcome in. Vargo, hello. Listen, if we reach the goal today and it lands on soda, I might respin. I swear to God. There we go. Let me turn night vision off on this one. There we go. Okay, look at all these angles. So many angles.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the ground view in, since we can't get the angled view up. So when I hit
I
the
gotcha.
ground, yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, you didn't see that on the camera, did you? Because that'd be kind of embarrassing.
No. I was just checking to make sure you're good.
Oh, I'm doing great there, buddy.
Okay there, pal. Now it feels like a real investigation because they have like 17 cameras in one room. Now it feels right. It feels the way it should be. Translucent ghost and a doc going, ah! Also, I'm pretty sure the ghost picked up this camera and sat it back down. I'll gift a sub if Flash doesn't have to drink soda. Listen, I was going to say, I only have so many left to begin with. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, sad.
So in all the camera setup stuff, I kind of
Amber.
That, wait a minute.
It picked one up and threw it, but it didn't place it facing straight up.
But it's sideways though, so that's kind of cool. So,
yeah.
Oh man, if my face lands perfectly in the shot,
your head just drops like it's mortuary assistant.
Oh my God. How are we going to do this though? Like, how,
I don't
how
know
are we
if
gonna
it's
make sure
even
this happens?
possible to like make sure that happens because you can't judge how your body's going to fall.
Yeah, that's true.
But if it
That
did,
is true.
it would just be priceless. I would take the hit.
It would be. So what's the sequence going to be? Are we going to go from? So it's got to be from camera 1. Or are you just going to go right down the list? Camera
We could
1,
go camera
two?
1,
No,
camera
because-
2, camera 4. Oh man, 4 is good too. Look at 4. Oh, it's got that like Dutch angle.
Well, wait a minute, but then that way we have 2 camera angles covering possible death face.
Yes,
so,
we could get possible death face.
All right, possible death face. Okay, good.
Oh my god, the angles, the Angeles. That's right.
Right now.
Just stay in one corner.
All right.
Maybe do a walk around
By
to
the
a
way,
spot.
with
Maybe.
the ghost hunt, what's going on with that? Do we have any evidence or anything?
Didn't I get? Wait, did I get Spirit Box earlier? Did I? I think I did.
I honestly don't remember.
Wasn't it taken a week?
I remember hearing you say it's
Amber,
taken a
thank
week.
you so much. I think it was taken a Wii. Yeah, and I've got.
What do you mean by
I've
taking a Wii? Like, taking a Wii. That's right.
Taking
That's
a
right.
Wii.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, in the Spirit Box. Okay, I thought so. But
All right,
I didn't
taking
see
a
UV. That doesn't mean we might have EMF 5.
Ew.
We have all equipment in there.
That's my least favorite evidence by far.
It's usually fine.
Oh wait, I don't need one of these. Oh wait. Oh no, but I need to be in there and you need to be in here.
If we're gonna
when
do
it
the
happens,
angles,
when it all goes down. Okay. All right.
okay.
Okay then.
I'm gonna put the lighter on the ground or there. There we go. Oh wait, I need to do this. Okay. Hey, you know the one thing we don't have in there is dots. Thank you, Queen. Totally missed this.
Roger that. You want to throw some dots in there?
If you want to, maybe see if we get some Dutes Garunos.
Roger.
Hey. Got some dots there for you, bud.
Oh, wait. Thanks there, bud. Wait, you want me to try to take it from you?
Yeah. Ah! Good call. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Queen. My God. Oh, Chloe, don't ever worry about that stuff. No, don't you dare ever worry. Hanging out, lurking, chatting, whatever it is that you do, I appreciate it very much. Thank you. All right, Doc is entering the room. There he is. We'll start on 1. Do we get to meet? No, he didn't go to TwitchCon. Ooh, well.
We might have him.
I think it walked in Salt, right? Phantom Yokai Dio.
You may have seen it from like 4 different angles.
I think so. Hey, Tyler. See, I forgot earlier that I was picking up and putting down, like throwing down the dots, and I had it on the floor in the truck.
It might be a Dio. Could you imagine if it's a Dio?
That'd be pretty awesome. The slowest death cam ever.
I know, right? Balzor, deliver us.
Have you heard the-
Deliver us a Dio, Balzor. I believe it.
Have you heard the theory about lurkers not counting? I have. I don't know how much I believe it or not. I don't know. I could be getting hit by that. I don't know. The one thing I don't do, I know some people do, and it's fine, is they'll ask like, hey, I know everybody's lurking, but if everybody could throw a message in to bring out, like, I would rather take the hit and people get to lurk than me having a higher view count and people having to do that. Like, the whole point of lurking is you don't have to say anything. So if it's happening, it's happening. If it's not, then
So the ghost just shows up in the dots, like immediately, as if to say, you know what? This 4-camera death thing, I'm down. I want to be a part of this.
it's here for it. Also, it tried to,
Let's make
it
it
also ate
happen.
the crucifix on the way out too.
Okay. So when you let me know when you think it's the right time, because I don't want to screw this up. Like the
I think
test to
any
happen.
time is the right time. It might try to eat the crucifix that's in the hallway as well. We might have to move that away a little bit.
Okay, so you want me just to chuck it? I can chuck it
Yeah,
if you want.
I think give her a chuck.
Okay. Done.
Yep. Roger that. When do you plan on playing with fans next? I plan on having a viewer.
For the team.
We appreciate you. The day that I plan on doing it, I don't have set, but we have a guaranteed viewer day next month. So it'll probably be really early in the month. Got a journal that looks like Winifred Sanderson's spellbook for my costume, and I plan on turning it into a Phas journal. Ooh, writing in pencil first, of course, before using a Sharpie. Hey, that'd be awesome. I love that movie so much. One of the reasons they're also telling people to do that is lurkers are missing out on the channel points as well. See, I know they're combating like bots, and I know that they're trying to deal with stuff and things. I totally get it. But if they are actively messing with stuff, that sucks.
Oh, crap!
No, it's okay. It's fine.
Should I turn the lights on or
It's up to you. We can leave it off, and then I can just use night vision.
Okay.
You look great.
Thanks. I really wish Johan was here.
You know what? Johan's in a better place.
Okay. I'm soon gonna be joining my emotional support sausage.
You know, I think that's a sentence you just never would have expected.
Roger that. Noted.
Oh no, he fell completely away. He fell the complete opposite direction. All right, so if your body could have fallen any more in the opposite way, I think it would be the way it is right now. Camera 3 was useless. Camera 4, I could see you behind the other camera, kind of. You know, it doesn't feel right living through this investigation with what you just did. We're going in. We're going in. He's not going to be able to see the cameras, but that's totally fine. Are you getting the Phasmophobia board game? Yeah, of course. Can dry down the right way. Well, he's not going to be able to see the cameras. But maybe I'll get lucky and maybe my face will be in front of the camera. We could try. Let's do our best. Thank you, B. Oh, thank you for the super GG. You have a lighter? I don't care. Even if I didn't, it's fine. I left it on the counter. We're not going in here to live. Where's Doc? Doc? Oh, poor sweet Doc. Oh, he was so young. Holy night. Oh my God, that was loud. All right, I'm on top of his corpse. Yokai. Hey, how are you? You know, I didn't want to play today anyway. Did it just crash? Yeah, it did. It just crashed. Bad internet. If I had bad internet, how would I still be streaming? Yeah. No, the game just crashed. I haven't had a game crash in a long time. It has been a freaking minute since that's happened. No, where's this song? We'll do this song. Guess we'll never know. Yeah, because I don't even think I can get the debriefing screen because of that. Is that Pam behind you? There's nothing back there. It's fine. B! Thank you for the cheeky boo. Yeah, I've dropped 0 frames. It was not my internet. The game just crashed. cliffhanger. Better than the Italian job. Allergen. All right, well, let's try this again, yeah? Disconnects all the time. Listen, if it happens all the time, make sure to report it. Yeah. Hey, Nixon, welcome in. A little bit borked lately. Had 3 in a week. Yikes. Yikes. What's your favorite game of all time? Mario 64. A Raiju using 10% of the ability. Well, it couldn't have been a Raiju. Wasn't possible. We will never know what it was. The mystery lives on. But anyway. Is there a mod you can message? About what, Quibble? He should just be able to join on me. Reminder that today I do have a hard cutoff of 4 o'clock because Fam and I have to go do photo things. So I have a hard cut. Did he crash as well? I don't know. I don't know. My cousin told me that you play Phasmophobia. Wow, dude. They didn't have to lie to you. It was a phantom? Oh, get out of here. He did not crash. Okay. He's going to have to leave that lobby and come into this one. Yep. What is my favorite star in Mario 64? I don't know if I have a favorite. I really don't know if I do. You know, I like the one where you have to shoot yourself in the cannons. It's really early on. I enjoy that one. Do you get early access for the board game or no? I don't know. It's hard to say. Hard to say. There he is. Well, I have no explanation for what the heck just happened. My game decided just to crash.
There was just too much art going on. Too much art.
Too much art?
Artistic vision.
Too much art.
The capacity. Art.
To figure out the song, but do you have a playlist?
Well,
yeah, exclamation point playlist.
I gotta say,
yeah.
I think the 4-camera angle death, that is something I definitely want to try again.
At some point, I would like to. I think we could do it, and I think we could make it successful.
Yes. Yes.
Do you have to run OBS to stream? No.
Positive thinking.
Yeah. All right. Well, any Hoosiers and whatnots. Back to the regular hunts. Where are we going?
Well, you know what? How about it? Tasty Grafton Farmhouse.
Delicious.
I am ready. You are ready. Together, we are both ready.
Ready for what?
3. But to start the game.
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
Every time. Yeah.
yeah. Whatever.
We're going in blind.
Yeah. Close your eyes.
All right, here we go.
Case 579, Sandra Brown. Capture a photo of any successful reading on an oof reader. Get the girls to put out a firelight and capture.
Wait, hold on, I gotta rewind. Hold on, I gotta fix him. Hold on, wait. All right, there we go.
What? Capture a video of the ghost.
Yeah, his batteries run out every now and then. You gotta give him a good wind.
So, there was a Johan joke in there somewhere.
Where's Nash? What's not? Oh, what are you saying? You know, we don't try to understand. We just let it happen. It's okay. Yeah. Oh no, Celia, it's meant to play over there. All the alerts, everything is meant to play over there.
Lighter.
Yep. What?
Did you get a lighter? A lighter?
Oh, I don't need one yet because I don't have anything that I can light.
Oh.
But I appreciate the looking out though. Thank you.
Yeah, always looking out. Always looking out. Oh!
Is that immediate throw? What did I just hear?
I think this painting, did this painting just do a painting thing? Or am I crazy? Maybe I saw a shadow.
I heard a thing. I don't know. I'm not getting any EMF readings. All right, I'm gonna check for the power. Hiding.
Okay. Be careful.
Oh my god, I thought the bone was there. I was like, what the f? Anyway. Misfortunate. Thank you for the 8 months. Ah, there's the power. Power. Time to raid the kitchen. Let's go. Oh, Jesus. 16 degrees.
It's a little toasty.
It is a little toasty for the mosty. I'm going to go see over here.
Well, I heard something again.
Oh, wait. Is that mannequin room? 12 degrees. 10 degrees.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's in here.
Oh, hey. All right. Well, that's unfortunate.
What do you mean? Now we have friends.
Well, I mean, out of all the, I mean, I wouldn't mind the parking lot. You know, that would be better.
What?
Or-
Oh, outside? Oh, okay.
yeah, that would be good. That'd be good. All right, where are you? Are you near? Can you give me a sign? Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
Well done.
Let's.
Great mind.
Nice. E. Got you into Phasmo, bro. Let's go, bro. Join the show? No, you're good, Natasha. No worries. Bad. Thank you for the follow. Silence. Welcome in. I'm gonna bring. Oh, you got a camera. You do you, boo boo. I'm gonna bring Dot's book and a crucifix.
Whoa. Flip back to the camera. Flip back to the camera.
I
Stop,
did.
Stop. Stand still.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Look at my stream. Look at my stream.
All right. Hold on.
I've never seen this before. What is that?
I gotta hand it to you. It's pretty good
Amazing.
placement for a
Oh.
camera.
Wait, do I have a hand? Do I still have hands?
Hold on. Let me go to the camera and see if your hand's still there. Yeah, I still see both your hands.
Okay.
Oh,
all
wait,
right.
don't move.
Okay.
Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Look, it's like a little, it's like if you're like, this is like the Addams family and like, you know, and Thing is like your little helper.
Oh, there it is. Lovely. Look at that. Amazing.
Why record camera yourself when you can have hand do it?
Yeah, there you go. We should just place this one on. Is it going to stay on the tripod?
If you put it on there, oh wait, hold on. It might not
Oh,
now.
no, I think it went away. Yeah, it went away. Oh, that's a bummer. What? Ooh. No, it's gone. It's gone. Wait, I was.
Come back. Wait, come back. Come back. You don't have a camera. I took it off the tripod. Hold on. There you go.
Yeah, I am. All right.
There you go. Papa Smurf, what up, homie? All right, I got to get rid of his stream. All right, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good. I haven't seen that in a long time. Doc Adams. Man. Let's bring this and this. I'm actually going to bring a crucifix because I don't feel safe right now. Oh, my God. The extra hand happens to me when, yeah, it's whenever you guys are trying to grab the items at the same time. I've seen it happen a lot on flashlights. It is going good, sir. How the heck are you? All right. New map? Oh, no, it's been around for a little bit now. Not too long. Here. Yeah, that'll do. And we'll put book there. We'll place Dude Skis here. Have the mannequins moved yet? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this is how they all start. Do I have a release date for the diner map yet? Well, they've already announced it on all their socials, Dobie, that it's going to be happening on the 11th. Grabbed the crucifix at the same time. After he died, he still had it in his hand. Yikes. Yikes. Any tips for zero evidence? Yeah, make sure you're pretty confident on Nightmare before you go to no evidence. Because if you're confident on Nightmare, that means that you are understanding how to eliminate certain ghosts. Is that an event? You okay?
Eat a little bit, but other than that, doing great.
Okay. How are your shorts?
Moistened.
Ew.
Not gonna sugarcoat it.
I mean, I'd prefer if you didn't add anything on it.
Touche.
All right, I'm bringing these so we can try to understand where it's walking.
Okay, I am going to record its voice.
Mmm, delicious. Okay.
Make a sound.
The mannequin room, yes. It's my favorite. Zup it, welcome in. Wasted, hello, you. Bad, thank you for the follows. Got the head to go at the same time, so I thought we had the same one. We turned mine on. Oh, turned hers off. Yikes. Not fun. All right, I've got this guy. We need a photo camera, and I'm going to grab the other cruiser.
Not a lot going on here, but
You just got to say its name there, bud.
roger that, bud. What's the ghost name again?
It's Sandra Brown.
Sandra Brown. Sandra Brown. Are you in? Ah!
You okay? What happened? Who colored that red? Are you okay? Sandra Brown touching your buns. Whoop. Okay. So we just have. Wait, what do we have?
Spirit box.
Just spirit box. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's sewing.
Oh, I guess the sound of a sewing machine isn't really.
A
got
sewing
recording of
machine.
Sewing.
I'm gonna get prepped over here so I can watch him run away. Okay. How long are you playing for? I'll be playing till about 4 o'clock my time.
Turn off the light.
That's hot. Did it just fart on you?
Yeah,
It's hot.
dude. My mouth was open.
Ugh. What'd that taste like?
Broken dreams.
Ugh. And mothballs. Time zone am I? I'm Eastern. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. The mannequins. Shiminy Christmas. Oh, she's trying to blend in with all the stuff. Not so sneaky, Pam.
All right, I think I got an audio recording.
You did. I heard it. Ba-da-boop.
Beep boop. Boop beep.
Ba-da-boo-da, ba-da-boo-da, ba-da-boo-da.
What's that from?
That's the. Isn't that a phone?
Yeah, I think you're right. Was
Yeah.
that when you got like a text message or something, like on the old like Motorola?
No, it definitely wasn't a text message. It was like, yeah, no, it was the Nokia thing. Yeah, it was just a ringtone.
Okay. Okay. The Nokia. All right. Whoa. All right. No.
Run, 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 run. Why don't you just come up and hit me? What is with you? You're like your mother. She actually tried it on. Hold on, baby. Yes, yes. You don't look like a dork. How dare you? You look wonderful.
We just smudged the crap out of that ghost.
What, baby? What she got you?
Smudged the crap out of it.
Ooh, your boots look cool. Just runs up and hits me when a ghost is chasing me. Scared the crap out of me. Look fantastic. How dare you? Looks like it
okay?
fits. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
freeze
I got distracted.
God.
My child tried to scare the poop out of me. Just ran up and hit me. It's like, oh, God.
Well, that's what kids do. You know, that's how they.
Hold on.
random acts of violence.
I know they can. I said it loud.
Cheers.
Go upstairs. I love you. You look great. You might need socks. I know. You're doing it for your children. Not for me, for your children. Love you. You can leave it open. Yeah. She finally tried on her Halloween outfit. She looks wonderful. That's why I stopped. She was like, Izzy was like, look at her, look at me. Misha, thank you for the heart, me. She finally tried it on. I know. I was like, dude, if it doesn't fit, you're gonna be in trouble. And it fits. She looks great. All right. So it's angry.
What do you
Alice.
suggest to assuage the savage beast?
Pringles?
Pringles.
Drifter!
Yeah. We don't have
Oh my God.
any.
Faz is so heavy right now. What is happening?
If we only had that severed hand still.
He could walk back into the house and do it for us. Hey again, welcome in, friend. How was the stream? Drifter, thank you, homie. Learned so much. I appreciate you, Angel. She didn't seem too happy. No, she's fine. She was like, I'm only doing this for you. I was like, no, you're doing this for your children. This isn't for me. How dare you? How dare Mr. Chiba? Single dad who works 2 jobs. Chiba's a survivor. That's right. Damn right he is. Doc didn't compliment her sewing abilities. Yeah, she's probably going to hunt again here in a second. Canceling the story game I was playing since I was forcing myself to play it. Wait, what game? Power's down here, right? Well, last year we dressed up for Halloween and it tickled our children very much. They loved it very much. So I said this year we're doing it again. Lefty, hello. Oh God, he's about to bring this ghost over to me. Pop in and say, it was great meeting you. Dude, it was so awesome meeting you guys. I feel like you're about to get me moited.
No, you're gonna be fine. Okay, we're not gonna be fine. Scared? Too scared? Run!
Just get him first. Thank you for the follows, Drifter. Thank you, homie. Thank you so much. Yeah?
Okay, just want to make. I thought maybe I accidentally killed you, and I would have felt bad.
Oh, sorry. I meant. Oh shit! You can see me. Never mind. Damn it.
Yeah, you almost got me.
Yeah, almost. Single dad who works 2 jobs. Chiva's got that song stuck in my head. I can't help it.
Got any theories there? We got any theories? It's gotta be UV. It's gotta be.
Do we have UV in here at all right now?
I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I'll go get one.
Crap.
Not that I want to just go back to the van for safety purposes.
Have we always been able to pick up this door? It's probably gonna start hunting again soon, and I might not make it out. No, it's not no evidence. We have, it's nightmare, so we'll have 2, and we only have 1. Poor craftsmanship. It just falls off. Jump scare Doc with the Nonor. I don't think it would work. I miss you. Aww. Yep, there's the UV. We didn't bring them in. We're stupid. We're a bunch of goofy goobers. Do not be upset with yourself if you have to hide first.
What do you mean?
Well, it's probably about to start hunting you, right?
Come on. We've been through this before. There's no way. No way.
Okay. Gonna be honest, I don't know if he's alive. He's either really good at making that sound or he's dead. Misha, I just, you know what? Let's take some of these. How the ghosties been? Not too bad. Just, you know, Doc, the timing was pretty damn impeccable. Other than what you just did, I also walked to the back of the truck and I was like, you know, I don't know if he's alive or not. And you just hear this really faint. Yeah, I don't think he made it. I don't think he made it. You plan on streaming on Halloween? Probably, yeah. Last year I did, because after the trick-or-treating was over, after we were done walking around with the kids, I came back and streamed for a little bit. I will probably do the same. So I'll already be in my costume and all that jazz, and I'll just go live. So it makes sense. That's your box is full of, oh my God, full-size candy bars? Hot damn. There we go. All right. There we go. The two clownfish. I got say hello. Listen, I got tagged on that on Twitter. That was such an awesome thing to see. So if you guys didn't see it, Sheard has two fish and named them Flash and Force. It was the nicest thing ever. Streaming your costume? Yeah, I did last year. I'll do it again this year. All right, let's go. You know, if I live, I live. If I don't, well, then that sucks. I would like to at least get the one other piece of evidence and then I'll guess and go. I wonder where Doc is. Doc, I heard your death, but I don't know. Oh, that's right. It burst the lights, didn't it? What a jerk. Ghosty, I hear you touching Nanors. Oh. Huh. All right, I'm gonna go on, Rio. All right, Doc, I'm gonna leave and bring you back unless there's Paul. Then I'm gonna wish for your life. Nope, there's not. Okay. I don't know where his body is. There's a flashlight here. Oh. Found him. A single dad who worked 2 jobs. All right. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at your death. I do apologize. All right. Let's bring it back. I'm going to go on Rio because I'm pretty sure that the ghost sounded normal speed. And if that's true and we don't have orbs, then that'd probably be an Unreal. We'll go with that. I'd rather bring Doc back than try to fight this battle. He's a survivor. Eeping on the job. So eepy. So eepy. Mr. Welcome and thank you for the follow. And Beatrice, hello.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
As we expected. You okay, big guy? You okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
Mm-hmm. Hey, what are your thoughts about eating on stream? You think it's a bad thing?
Sorry. I'm gonna have him join back. It was for the memes.
Ready for you.
It was for the memes. Hold on.
Looks like there are others out there in need of help.
Okay. Unfortunately, this is how we have to do it. All right. I heard him crunch into a chip, just thinking that son of a bitch. No. Invite to play. There we go. He did it on purpose so he could eat. Ah, there we go. It all makes sense. Would have done the same thing. As you should. narrator, the guy from Stanley Parable. He was not, in fact, okay. I'm not sure if that gave you the message you needed or not.
I'm sorry. It did.
Okay.
It did. You know what? Oh! It did. And I'm glad that something. So I promise you. No. I promise you. I will not eat on stream again. There we go.
You stupid son of a bitch.
You know it. Wait, what?
There's this guy on TikTok. I don't remember his name. Is it Nick something? I don't know. He does Omegle streams and just super funny interactions. This one time he was talking to these girls that like, I don't know. He was saying something to them. They're like, "Oh, you got some sass on you." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a little bitch." I don't know why I said that. I'm so sorry.
That's like my everyday existence. Saying
so
random
funny,
nonsense
man.
like that.
Oh, it's so good. You would do great there.
Thank you. Wait.
No, that's
that
not what I
an
mean.
example?
I mean, no. I meant no. Never mind. Anyway, where are we going?
Okay. I think that we should probably prison.
Camp Woodwind, then prison. Camp Woodwind, then prison. Camp
Which one do you want to do? I'll do
Camp
Camp Woodwind.
Camp Woodwind, then prison.
Camp Woodwind.
Yeah.
Then prison.
Well, the
All right,
Omegle,
let's go.
the equivalent to Omegle, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah. To Camp Woodwind. Blah, blah, blah. Psychological torture you're putting us through. That's true. Touche. Ah, yes. The blood.
Okay.
Still eating. Son of a bitch.
580. And a cross. Capture a video of the ghost and a member of your team witness a ghost event and get the ghost. Firelight.
Did you just do the firelight blowout yourself?
Yeah, I did. Made a little, puckered right up and made it happen.
Oh, it's a nice little pucker right there.
I got pretzels on my pop shield. All right, here we go. What
the hell?
Grab this. Don't worry about it. We're fine.
Midnight Kitty, thank you for the follow. Lena, welcome in. I got pretzels on my pop shield. Did I just hear something? I thought I did. Balzor. No hiding, no music box. Close that back up. That way if Ghosty touches it, we know. Okay. Nothing so far. Going for perfects? Honestly, not usually. Ooh. Where did that happen? Was that in the tent? No, okay. It's like behind the tent.
It's like, yeah, it's like 9.8, 9.5 degrees, 10.4.
Okay. What is it everywhere else? Oh, 14. Okay. Open up. Oh, that might be it. Yeah. It's like 13, 14 everywhere else.
I was walking around with push to talk depressed, thinking it was the thermometer.
Classic.
It's 10 degrees everywhere.
EMF5, it's bowling.
Roger that.
Ew, 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 it's a kid. Ew, ew. Gross.
Hit it with a brick. In game.
Ugh. Yeah, of course. Well, yeah. Why would we be doing anything else? Grab one of those, grab one of those, grab one of these, grab one of those, grab one of these, grab one of those. Okay, I'm good. Oh, wait. I didn't check to see if Slendy was driving. Did you just say hit it with a brick? No, I don't think so. Dude, okay, that kind of freaked me out for a second. I went to go look to see if Slendy was there, and your camera was like partially through the wall, and I thought Slendy just moved. I was like, excuse me? Okay, no, he's not there.
No, No. Some weird camera happenings today.
Weird camera happenings. Many weird camera happenings.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to put a Crucify fix here. And then I'm going to put some salt. Some salt. Remember, we have EMF 5.
Yep.
All right. Walkies.
Oh, hey.
Hey. No UV. What tub did I just hit? This one. Ew, it's there. Ew, it's there. Touch it. Ew, gross. Ew.
No.
What? Okay. A bowling stream? Yeah, maybe. Leave me alone, you little jerk.
It's
It's so feisty. All right, got a smudge.
Really got booger hands.
Booger hands. Ugh.
Booger hands. That's a child. This is with a booger hand.
Little booger hand. Sweet influence. Thank you for the 4 months. All right, let's put this one here. It's very back and forth between over there and over here.
Roger that.
Walked in more salt over here. It just picked up a beer can. It just tried to murder us.
Are you near?
Yeah. Yes, I am. Oh, wait.
Give us a sign.
Let me get out. The ghost just wants to give you the flu. Oh, my God. Oh, boner. Mirror. Why is the child picking up the beer can? Because it's bad. It's a naughty, naughty, naughty ghost kid. That's why. I don't think you grabbed a lighter. Yeah, I did. It's literally right here. Yeah. I made sure I did this time. I am going to double smudge, though, just in case. Do I have hiding anywhere? No.
I got nothing on this thing.
Well, fix it. Single dad who works 2 jobs. Second job saving Doc. Well, aren't I the popular?
But Uncrouch almost murdered us.
Okay. That would have been...
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. We lived.
Yeah.
No writing. We have EMF 5. That's literally it so far. Okay. Hungry Jack, thank you for the 21 months. So much longer. I hope TwitchCon's a great time. It was really amazing to meet everybody. Yeah, thank you, friend. I appreciate you. What the French toast? You know what? I wonder if these dude skis need to be more over here. Okay, I can't place them there, but I can place them here. That makes perfect sense. What are your settings for what? That's a very broad ask. If you're asking my game settings, that's some nightmare. I might get hunted. You lick or?
Oh, hey there, bud.
Oh, how's it going there, bud?
Hey, it's going all right there, bud.
Do you like the level 2 incense over 3? Yeah. I does. Okay, it's here. It's walking around over here. How the game looks.
Right
Nope,
in the book.
Native.
In 3, 2, 1.
Scribble, scribble,
Bam.
scribble, scribble,
Poetry.
scribble, scribble,
Poetry.
scribble, scrabble,
Poetry.
scribble, scribble, scrabble, scribble. Did I do it?
Well,
Did I do it right?
uncooperative.
Sound
Okay.
Sounds like you're noting that down. Ah, uncooperative. Yes, quite. Another EMF 5, and that's literally it so far. Okay. May I ask, why level 2? Yeah, because it doesn't stop the ghost in place. I don't want the ghost to literally stop. Oh. Oh, it's over here by the fire telling stories. What's going on there, little butt? Hey, Sarah, how are you? It might start hunting in a second. If it events on me, I can't sit here.
Flash, is it hunting you? Are you being hunted?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I just figured out that the gates are push. They are not pull.
So those gates, when you're outside, you got to push them. When you're inside, you got to pull them. Oh, motherfucker! No!
Noted about the gates. Got that. Roger that. Okay. Ads are about to play, by the way. Just a heads up. At least you didn't miss that. Ads are about to play. I can't snooze them anymore. So if you get hit by ads, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Doc, look out. Doctor, give me the news. He's dead. Oh, wait, I can take a picture of your body. Jesus Christ. Hey, I got it. Let's go. Hey, free smudge. Hey, yo. All right. My God, there's so much happening at one time. What is the second piece of evidence? Single dad who... Holy shit! They just tried to murder me with a beanbag. Dude, please shut up. Stop it. What if it's a Goryo? What if this is a crappy Goryo that's venting all over the place? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Video dudes? We might have video dudes. Open, 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 open. Freaking. It's so angry. If I see dots in this camera, I'm going Goryo and leaving. Hasn't switched rooms. Correct. Hey, Katie, welcome in. Love the vids. Thanks, dude. Waza, welcome in. Gaga, thank you for the 14 months. Doc, look out. Yeah. Doing well? I am. I am. Doc and I are having a blast. Gaga, you missed it. You missed it. We have a new mini game for Point Hope. We haven't made a name for it yet. Yeah. Hi, Baho. Oh my God. Goryo's force dots. Yeah. Yeah, McCormick, I am. All my links are in my bio. Yeah, so we made it to where when you go to the kitchen, you have to pick up a sausage and you can't put the sausage down until the investigation's over. And we named them. So Doc's sausage was Johan and mine was named Larry. So it was the adventures of Johan and Larry. Or Larry and Johan, whichever is better. You know, pick your poison. Play a game like that with the call. Yeah, there we go. Still no dots. Do I only post Phas vids? Well, if you go through my vids, you could see if they're all Phasmo or not. Yeah. The ghost is walking back and forth here with the motion sensor, and it's not dotting at all. Called Squishy? Oh my God. I'm not seeing dots at all. That doesn't mean it's not a Goryo, but nothing is telling me it's anything else. What if the second evidence? Oh, shush your butt. How many hours? At least 2. Anyone try Spirit Box? I don't know if we did or not. I thought that he did. Many an object throw. I'm going to go Goryo and it's not going to be a Goryo. I should watch it one more time. Doc, I'm going to watch this ghost one more time and then I'm going to leave. I don't think I've been farted on. Not that I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure it's a Goryo too. It's been in that same place. The only time it's been anywhere else is when it's evented. Dudes were doing, yeah. Yeah. How are y'all butts? Our butts are good. How's your butt? Yeah, you're not an Oni. I have a lighter, right? That would have sucked a lot. Didn't it switch rooms? It's been back there the entire time. Nope. Hello, welcome in. It has been back in that area the entire time. It's walked in salt. It's not speeding up electronics. It's not that visible. That's a Goryo. I hope it's done hunting. And then you fart on me. After all that trouble I just went through. You sick little bastard. Now it does it. Rude. Absolutely rude. Go and Goryo, Mr. Doc. We go back in to make sure the ghost isn't an Oni. And then as soon as the hunt is over, it fart balls us. And it can't be an Oni. What a jerk. Confirmed. Watch it still be a Wraith. I'd have been so pissed. Yeah, we thought so.
Listen, I just died and you're preparing more jobs for me. Can you calm down? Man.
Listen, it's just excited. Mr. Sin.
It's
Hi,
not
sinners.
excited. He's like, that was hilarious. We got some jobs for you.
Let's see him do it again. Do it again. Dance.
No. Mother. Okay.
The doc was going to be eating again. When oh, yeah. Okay. Well, you said you wanted it. So.
Yeah. Let's
I
go
made
to
you a
price
promise.
on.
Price on, price off.
Thank you. And you are a person of your word, and I appreciate that.
That's right. You know what else I'm a person of?
What's that? Oh, are you a person of many ideas and thoughts and the ability to cut me off while I'm speaking? Because any second now you're going to press the button and it's going to cut me off, and then I'm going to feel totally awkward because I'm just going to be talking, and then all of a sudden there's going to be silence and I'm not going to know what to do or what to say, and I'm just going to sit here talking until I actually pass out because you have no interest in actually following through on the joke right now, and I'm feeling kind of stupid.
Okay, I'm ready. Oh, there he is. There he is.
I almost died.
You're fine. Walk it off.
How does one walk off their lungs?
That's
Actually, you know, now that I think about it, then.
Yeah, the old walking lung. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was a disease that was in the 1930s.
Ish.
Okay. Lori Holmes. Ish.
Case 581, Laurie Holmes. Cleanse the area near the ghost using intensices. Have a member of your team witness a ghost event and capture a video of the ghost.
I thought I dropped my coffee.
Easy.
Oh, my God.
Lemon squeezy.
E.
If you pleasey.
For sheezy.
Right. Yes. I can play the Flash song. I'll play the Flash song. Hold on, I gotta find it. It is right.
I'm the Flash song.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. You heard it.
Oh, my God. Adam Devine vibes. Oh, from Workaholics? Yeah, that's pretty good. I haven't watched that show in so long. Somebody took my paw.
FlashForce.
Doc? Did I just hear it? I don't have an EMF reader. No shot, it's right there. Hey, Doc. Okay, he's deep in song. We're just gonna let him go. We're just gonna let him go, and we'll get him again in a minute. Hey, Wild West, how are you? It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna set up shop because I'm pretty sure that the ghost is right there. I'm not gonna. You know what? F that flashlight. We don't need it. It's fine. He's on his own little adventure. He's in his own little world. We'll just let it go. It's fine. Last Odin.
The power is on, sir.
Roger that. I believe I know where the ghost is, by the way.
Yeah, where might that be?
You know, near the entrance, that little like office area off to the right when you walk in the front door.
Yeah.
It moved a clipboard in there, and it just threw a coffee.
Oh, well, I'm on my way.
Hopefully, it doesn't shut the door. There we go. Threw a coffee. Champion, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Professional person. Wonder what color the sky is in Doc's world. He just doesn't want it to be red. I think that's the main concern. If it's red, then there's a problem. Hey, coffee talk. Rhode Island, neither a road or an island. Disgusted amongst yourselves. You think purple?
EMF 5 confirmed.
That's hot. You'll die later. Don't you dare. I think the clipboard belongs on the floor. It could. You're doing great, sweetie.
You too, yeah.
Thank you. I noticed you didn't call me sweetie.
You're doing great. Puccini?
Puccini? I'm not like an Italian dish.
Oh, you're...
Go on.
I got enough.
Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? In honor of Doc, how many elbows do you have? Nothing? All right. 4.1. Okay. I'm going to stop these so the noise isn't annoying. Interesting. Watching on YouTube for a year now. Just got, hey, let's go. Welcome in. No elbows. Nope. Or it prefers to stay silent. It's pleading the fifth on the elbow talk. Bring that, bring that, bring that. All right, let's go. With it being so close to the door, God, it's so nice that to go back and forth to the truck's not a big deal. But if it's like in the cell block, it really sucks. At least the ghost is there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not upset about it. Do we have one crucifix in that room?
Sweetie.
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 Nah, sweetie. All right, do that guy. I'm ready for a ghost photo, Mr. DeVille. Can't ask a lady about her elbows. We have a photo? No, we have 0 photos. Okay. Well, when it does a thing again, I can take a photo of it. It's also not walking in the salt, which is super suspicious. Spirit box dots. Okay. Are you a wraith? Where's the spirit box? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? I'm a little suspicious, Mr. Doc.
Oh.
It has not
Sorry,
walked in the salt.
Ah.
And we have EMF
And we do
5.
have EMF 5.
Ah.
I'll go grab a Motion sensor.
Although it has not shown up in dots, it's not giving us, I don't know. Dot photo, please. This is a very small room, man. There's only so much it can do. There's only so much. What's your name? Lori. Lori Holmes. Yeah, the fact that it hasn't walked in any of that salt, unless it's like stuck in that room or something. I don't know what it's doing, but whatever it is, it's doing it.
Okay. Keep doing. Keep doing. Continue to do.
Continue to do what it is you do.
You do that voodoo that you do so well.
That you do so well. You turn into the news reporter guy from SpongeBob, the fish.
Oh.
Breaking news.
I'll take it. I'll take it. All
Hey,
right.
Is it like it's not setting this off at all? Is the ghost literally stuck right now?
Are you stuck? Give us a sign if you're stuck.
Did it work?
I'm gonna go ahead and grab a smudge there, bud. You want a smudge?
You know what? I would wait, hold on. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind, but I gotta come back because I don't have a lighter there anyway there, bud.
Gotcha, bud.
Use the paw. We could wish to trap the ghost and then just have it hunt. And then just have salt all over the place so we can make sure that it's a wraith.
This is awkward.
You son of a... Yeah, I thought someone was up to no good.
And I'm like, this isn't gonna work.
Trying to hide the lighters. This bastard.
Best hiding spot ever.
Ever. Although, like, if I didn't know you were doing this, there's no way I would have ever seen them over here. Look at this.
That is a fair point. I mean, it is rather dark and
Yeah.
and,
Hey, Wicked, welcome in. Thank you for the daily heart, me friend.
What is that term? It's rough. I don't know
What do
what
you-
this is, but
What is? What?
the ground, the fact that it's puckered, it's great for hiding a lighter. I mean, look, here.
Do you
I
drive?
can't see that at all.
Do you drive down the street, see like a road that is not paved well, and go, oh, that road's awfully puckered there, bud?
Well, what do you say when you see said road?
A road.
You say this road is really blank. What do you say?
Bumpy?
Marked. Yes. Bumpy? But doesn't bumpy mean like there's high, like actual bumps?
I'm
in the
almost
road,
certain
or?
it doesn't say puckered.
That all right.
Oh, fucking right there, bud.
disagree.
Look how puckered that road is.
Puckered.
Agree to disagree. All right, I have a smudge. I have another smudge. I'm not against this idea of trapping the ghost and making it hunt because it's being a butthole and it's not showing us the dots and it's not giving spirit box. It's scared of Doc. It could be. CJ, thank you for the heart me. Sterix, welcome in.
It still has not walked in our salt yet.
Yeah, but it also, I don't think it's walking at all right now.
Why aren't you walking?
Who taught you how to walk? If we trap the ghost and make it hunt, it will unstuck it. We hope.
Is that what we want?
I mean, I'm not against it.
Okay. Oh.
Oh. That's interesting. It might be unstuck now.
All right. Well, let's see.
Did it just walk in the salt?
No.
Okay.
It's ringing around the rosy somewhere.
Oh, what the? Why'd she just disappear? She was all the way over there. All right, if she sets that motion sensor off, then it's, game on. We know.
The wraith? Salt, salt.
What the now we know why it wasn't walking, and because it literally was stuck, and we have UV. Okay, so Myling Obake Jin.
I think we're doing a decent job at breaking the game today. As unintentional as it may be. Yeah.
Okay.
Aww.
Aww. Ah. Yeah, I don't think she's stuck anymore. Crap, that's blocked off. How do you get over the fear of playing alone? You need to desensitize yourself a little bit. So you need to get in there and let the ghost hunt you a few times. Okay. Well, she's about to hunt anyway. I might try to see if I can sneak that other crucifix away. I heard that. That was an 8.5. Spicy. It did it. It did it again.
Do it again. Are you ready to do it again?
Hey, what are you buying?
What are you buying?
I just got shot.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. That happens in here. Every once
It
in a
does
while.
happen every now and then. You just hear a very random, I got shot.
No, I've been
No. Natalie, thank you so much, friend. Oh my God. Thank you for the mystic drink. Hey, Kiss, I'm good. How are you?
So,
I like life.
It walked away. I hate it here. The power has not been turned off. Oh. Hey, Doc, I think it's an Obake.
Okay. What makes you say that?
She went from Pam to Rhonda to Grandma.
Okay.
I'm fairly
Are you
confident.
certain?
I'm confident. All right. Okay, I have another idea.
Being?
I need you to grab the crucifix from in this room.
Okay.
Bring it with you. Come.
All right.
Okay, bring it over here. Where's the ghost? We need to know that the ghost is nearby.
Okay. So what do you want me to do with this thing?
Put it on the ground.
Okay.
Ow.
I forgot this one was made of metal. Sorry.
But I don't know where the ghost is. It's still cold in there.
I go get more motions. Oh, you've got one. Never mind.
Where did it start hunting from? In the room?
I feel like it didn't last time. Am I crazy? I don't know. Those are different things, by the way.
I was crazy once.
Hey.
Not exactly how I wanted to do it, but I guess that'll work. He sounds like AI, bro. That's crazy. Skibbity. Yeah. Is that a doc? It is a doc. Natalie, thank you so much. Moment of silence for our fallen. Wait, Doc isn't dead, is he? Did Doc die? Wait, I'm confused. Mib, hello. Doc or Ted, run!
I'm running!
Here he comes. He'll be fine. I thought when it closed or through the writing book, it meant it wasn't going to be ghost writing.
I just gotta get through that door!
On professional or lower, you can cross it off. But on any... Don't, Doc. You listen here, bucko. Hey, no floor candy. Focus.
Sorry.
I understand. It's exciting. But if there's a difficulty where the ghost can hide evidence, then you can't just cross it off because the ghost might be hiding it. All right. That's all the objectives.
Okay.
And the ghosty.
Okay.
I mean, listen, I think that's a win.
I'd call it a win. I mean,
I say we escape with our lives.
Because it is.
I mean, it is a
All
win.
right, fair
I mean,
enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bake that cake. Yes, sir.
No one's gonna
Yes,
pressure us
sir.
for perfect games.
Yeah. What do you think is the fastest time for reaching the gold apocalypse? I don't know.
Job's ready for you.
Fantastic question. I don't know the right answer to that. Nice. Okay.
Nice indeed.
Nice. Let's, you know what? I feel like we need a blood moon.
All right, blood moon it is. Oh, an eagle field. Nice.
Eagle field. Wait, what?
Never mind. All right. I'm ready. You're ready. We're ready together.
Roger that.
Let's go.
You only need 5 minutes. I'm sure that the fastest time is way lower than 5 minutes, I imagine.
Check the equipment and get set up before investigating.
All right. Waiting for Mr. Doc.
The intel.
Eagle.
This is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of five.
All right, really? Shut your face, please, sir. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, here we go.
Case 582, Gloria Norris. Captured 3 unique videos with a video camera. Get the customer on the file and prevent the ghost from hunting with a crucifix.
Roger that.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Victoria, thank you for the follow. Captain Red Rider, hello. What's up, Joshua? Moses, Nightmare. Nightmare. All right, do this, do this, do this, do this, and this, and this. Key, no music box. We'll go check for the Waluigi. Nope. Leave that there for the photo camera. No juice?
Don't hide in the garage. It ain't happening.
Aw, but Dad. Did you try to say something?
It is 8.3 degrees in the garage.
Ooh. I've seen no bone in my travels, by the way. It might be in the basement.
Oh, it went up to 10. It's 9.1. It's 10.3 degrees. 9.
Where's the mirror on this one? Right there. Yeah. I like it. I have seen no boner jam. I'm gonna get the photo camera. All right, I'm gonna get the photo camera to do some media. Fastest so far has been 2 minutes and 27 seconds, according to a Reddit user. Well, did they ever support? Did they
All right,
ever
I'm
submit
going
it
to
to
go get Ghost Hunting
speedrun.com?
Oink.
Oink. Did you say oink?
Yeah, I was gonna say yoink and the Y didn't quite come out properly.
Oink.
Oink. Oink.
No clue. I could probably check later. I could just go to speedrun.com. I haven't submitted any speedruns in a long time. Hey, where's the EMF?
It is on the car. Oh.
Yeah, the ghost did that, by the way. I'm gonna go get a UV. This is weird. Why is it traveling so far? Wes, thank you for the follow. traveling awfully far. Give me the UV. Let's go see. At work. Should be done soon. Nice. No UV. Possible twinage. Oh, ghost fart. Nah, no need farted on me.
Roger that.
Already got a smudge in there, but I might bring another. Ah. Ah. Searched up. Faz on Twitch. Let's go. Ghosty. Put a book there. We'll put a book over here. Although it's walking a lot over there. Let's do that. All right, I've got a smooge. Grab the camera. Do I already have, I don't think I have an EMF photo, right? Nope, sure don't. You sneaky snake. I might die. We're about to find out. I took a photo because I thought it was an invisible event to find out, no, she's hunting. I still got a bone photo. Get out of here. Where the hell's the bone? I love it. I love it so much. Kylie, thank you for the 6 months. And Doc's dead. Don't you dare come over here, lady. Why do players prefer the level 2? It just depends on your play style. The reason that I prefer 2 over 3. Is it done? Oh, it is. Oh my god. The reason I prefer 2 over 3 is because 3 stops the ghost where it is, and I don't want to do that. Whoa, lag. Oh my god, the bone is right here. Our poor little Dockerton. Cut down in the prime of life. He said EMF 5, right? Dude, that seemed early AF. Also, where's the crucifix? It's over here. All right, put that there. And then go. Okay, all right, that's cool. All right, got her. We need more protection. I don't feel very safe right now. Oh, look, a smudge. No, I'll get more stuff in the door. All right, let's figure out what this is and get Doc back. I did nothing. It wasn't my fault. This poor young man was cut down in the prime of life. This spear box was never used. Quick scoped her. That's right. Get this here. That'll work. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you close? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? I think you get it. Where are you? Are you here? Wait. Are you here? This hasn't really gone off, has it? Come back in this room. Yep. Come here. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Yeah, I bet you were, you piece of poop. Yikes-a-doodles. Hey, remember when I said it might be twins? It's a spirit or twins. Would you leave me alone, you translucent hooker? All right. No offense, by the way, for anybody that is a translucent hooker. Let's go get this other smudge just to be safe. Get that. I'm not too worried about media anymore because I'm more worried about bringing Doc back, but I want to make sure I know what the ghost is. Smudge timer? Yeah. I think my smudge timer should be up in the next couple seconds. Shh. We haven't effed the shoes today, have we? Go back over there. Eat your crucifix. Ready? Num num time. 3, 2, 1. Num num. Oh, hey, it lit that candle and blew it out. So you know it's not an Unreal if it was possible. Ew. Doc, she farted. Fine. I swear to God. I'm sorry if I offended you with the whole translucent hooker thing. I didn't mean it. I was angry, you know, you were trying to murder me. You murdered my friend. So sensitive. Come back over here. Eat the crucifix. It's good for your diet. Do that. There, the shoes have been effed. There we go. Good goes D. Hey, Rose, how are you? It showed you who's. Would you knock it off? You're so rude. Hey, Wardy, what's up? I just want to hear the speed. The speed will be fine. That's what we need to know twins or not. Which part? I don't know. She's upset about everything right now. Maybe Doc was just like skin and bones and she's like, I need a little bit more sustenance. Hey, Fish. What's up? Thank you for the follow. Hey, Els, welcome in. Phantom, Adra, Steve. I can't hear the speed. Also, it's going to be really tricky with Blood Moon because the ghost is 15% faster. Okay. Let's pull up the unofficial cheat sheet. Let's turn on Blood Moon. Tools. Where's my tweens? There's my tweens. So, Fast Twin is this. That sound like Fast Twin. Slow Twin. We would know that for sure. That sounds normal. But it sounded like that. Pocket full up. Fast Twin, right? Thanks, Doc. Grandma has dry red eyes. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a twin, Doc. Shouldn't it be slow twin now? It doesn't go back and forth. It's completely random. The ghost could choose to hunt from the fast twin location every single time if it wanted to. Yeah. Can you get drops? No, because they're not active. What does normal sound like? So, if we look at the cheat sheet, right? By looking at the cheat sheet, which by the way, on at least the purple side, if you do exclamation point cheat sheet, everywhere else, I do have it in my bio. It's one of the links in my linked tree. So in my link tree. So if you just click on the bio, you can get it. But if you go here, you can click on and off Blood Moon, and that will automatically activate the 15% speed change. So you don't have to worry about trying to guess. So during a Blood Moon, a normal ghost is going to sound like this, which is faster than what a normal 100% speed ghost would sound like, which would be this. It's subtle, man. It is so subtle, but you can hear it. In twins, during a Blood Moon, fast twin is this. And then the slow twin is this. Almost the same speed as a normal speed ghost, like without Blood Moon. I'm fairly certain that that was twins. The Moroi and 150 Blood Moon is my favorite. Oh, yeah. You want to hear something ridiculous? 150 speed, Blood Moon, the Moroi, whenever it has full line of sight speed, is this. ridiculous. That's the fastest speed in the game because it's faster than a Thay, right? It's when it has line of sight speed up, and it's a Moroi when you have 0 sanity. It's as fast as it can possibly be. Ridiculous. It's a machine gun. Yeah. But I'm pretty sold that that was a twin. So let's get out of here. Pretty sure it's a twin, Doc. Unless I misheard it, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong, and it could be a spirit, and maybe the speed just sounded off because of the floor that it was on. It's possible.
Welcome back.
Oh, it was a yokai. I knew it the whole time. Yeah, it was a yokai. Totally knew it.
A yokai? Hold on. Am I drunk? What?
Yokai. It says yokai. Ghost type yokai.
What evidence do we have? You said we had EMF 5 earlier, right?
Did I?
I thought so.
So that means that I may have caused that problem.
Don't worry, Doc. It's fine. You totally had EMF 5. I saw it too.
You know what, Morgan Freeman? I'm inclined to agree with that statement. I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't know. The game must be bugged out. We should call the developers and tell them about sausages and hands being removed and the fact that yokais and twins are not the same.
Don't forget about the trophy. Tell them about the trophy.
Oh yeah.
And the developers should also put in a trophy, a massive trophy on the back case that for Larry and Johan. Developers love Phasmophobia.
Nice.
I'll make sure to clip that and send that their way. Hopefully.
Oh, please don't. Please don't. Get the please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
One day you load in and you look up at the top of the shelf. You're like, what the hell is that? And it's just this big. Oh my God. Yeah. So either A, we did. I mean, well, okay. We either didn't have EMF 5 or we did, and the game just bugged out on you for some reason and gave you that.
If I called the EMF 5, I'm inclined to think it was probably operator error. I would guess.
Or it's my ear error, and I thought we said we had EMF 5. That's why I was so sold. And I thought error. And I thought that the ghost speed sounded like faster, like a twin. And at the end, when we loaded out, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm just mishearing it. No, I absolutely misheard it. That was incorrect. Even after listening to the speeds.
It's okay. Listen, if you were infallible, okay, in this game, would it still be an adventure to watch? I don't think so, okay? In fact, you know what? No. Now that I think about it, I bet you did that on purpose. I bet you did that on purpose to maintain the illusion of not being 100% perfect. I get it, Flash. I get it. Yeah, illusion.
I tried to mimic it. Norm, thank you for the raid, dude.
Time for like one more super fast one.
I was about to say, when I say super fast, like we should do like a no sanity, no evidence run.
Let's do it. I am ready.
I agree. I concur.
This is our moment when we rise.
This is our moment to shine. All right.
Yes, I'm shining.
Thank you for the gifted to Snowy. Shining. Wait, what?
Shining. Shine the light on me. You are the magic. You're right.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment.
All right. Remember, no sanity, no evidence. Don't forget. Yeah, the cheat sheet's amazing. It's fantastic. Zero and the team have done a wonderful job with that. It's an unofficial, so it's not directly with the Kinetic team, but they have done thousands and thousands of hours of investigative work to put that together. Yeah, it's wonderful. Oh, I'm bringing motion through.
All right. When we go through this door, it's on.
On what? Wait. I'm trying to judge based on him. Wait, hold on. I'm judging what song he's listening to based on his movement. I think that was the.
Oh no!
You leave.
No. I was actually.
Oh.
No, I was actually talking.
Oh.
I think my thumb button wasn't working. So what I was saying was, oh wait, hold on, I'll redo it.
Yeah, please. I'll restart. Ready? Yeah. Oh, hey.
And now it's your time to shine, Flash. You're gonna go in there and you're gonna find the ghost. Go, Flash. So you couldn't hear any of that at the time. So
nope,
I can only imagine what that actually looked like. Okay, fair enough.
It looked like he was listening to a song. I was pretty convinced. Kind of sounds like it's throwing a lot. Oh, Jesus Christ. Gonna be honest, Doc. We might possibly have ourselves a poultry on our hands.
I knew it. Well, if we run around in here, it's going to chuck all this crockery.
It's going to chuck all the cocklery. What?
Okay, I didn't say that. I'm relatively certain.
What? It's a new brand. It's a Walmart. Cocklery.
I can't even say it without blushing.
Wonder what Target would have.
Tabitha, did you go out today to pick up some more? No.
Holy night. Oh my God, dude. Doc, careful, SpongeBob. What? What the hell did he just say? Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that's a poultry, Doc.
What?
Jesus.
Oh,
he's in there. Oh, he's in there. Oh, why you sad, bud? What happened? You okay? I think he said he loves you. I don't think that's what he said. We were trying to decipher. We were trying to decipher what you said when you were running down the stairs.
I think it was FlashForce. Run, protect yourself. I'll do what I can to distract the ghost and save your life.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that's what you said.
Yeah, yeah.
It was more like
you're totally right.
All right, I'm gonna go in and get this parabolic. And that there. We need to prevent a hunt with a crucifix. We might get lucky.
Wait, why are we still in here?
Oh, I was getting objectives.
No. Rephrasing question. Why am I still in here?
For funsies?
I love those funsies.
Who doesn't like a good old case of ghost funsies? Hi, Emery. Oh, it's in the garage. Still no whispers. For you, the potato. Oh. Would you stop it? It would like us to leave.
Well, understandable, I think.
I want to try to get this crucifix bitten.
All of a sudden, the ghost seems kind of uninterested.
He said,
Oh my god! No!
all of a sudden, the ghost seems uninterested. Where did it hunt from? This turd burglar. Hold on. It started like over here. Gosh dang it. All right. We did not use incense, right?
Well, I did earlier.
Well, I mean, like this
just
past
that last
time.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I got stuck on that door. You better smudge, you better smudge, you better smudge. Huh. Interesting. Maybe now it'll eat the crucifix. Maybe it was waiting, like Doc was the main course and this is dessert. Yeah, there we go. See? There we go. There you go, bud. There you go there, bud. You better shush. I wasn't dessert, Doc was. Listen, it's not my fault. Okay. All right, Doc, we're leaving. Listen, he could have smudged. I was going to smudge, but I didn't because I thought he was going to, so I didn't. Yetting, thank you. Devastator, thank you for the 11 months.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
You okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
See,
alright.
look, again, we need to think of it like this, okay? So, out of all the games we've played together, how much money have
Yes.
you lost?
$0. But how much pride did I
Okay,
lose?
well, that's a different story. Okay,
Yeah.
we
Although,
have
I mean,
a
if
loan.
you don't
We have a
much
loan
pride to
system for
begin
that.
with.
Yeah,
A loan
we
system.
can loan you some pride if you need it.
Wow. So it went from Doc, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna help by funding your missions to now I'm borrowing your pride as well.
I went from equipment daddy to to father loan officer. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Can I borrow your lawnmower, by the way? That would be nice if I could do that as well.
I'm gonna need some collateral from you. What do you got?
Some collateral? All right. Well, I don't know. I have 2 kids. I mean, that's
All
about
right,
it.
which one's better?
Never! Never! will
Ah,
I
you've
answer that
passed.
question.
You have passed. Yes. It was a trick.
Pause, too.
That'd have been really funny if you're like, well, you know, he's kind of. Wait, hold on.
Never.
Never.
Well, Flash, thank you so much.
Thank you,
I
Mr. Doc.
appreciate you tons.
I
This has been
appreciate
a blast.
you.
As it always is.
All the laughs, all the giggles.
Yeah, we broke some stuff.
We did break some stuff. The ghost broke some stuff.
Died sometimes. Yeah, the ghost broke some stuff.
Yeah.
And it told us some unamusing jokes and
Unamusing jokes. It told us all about the
yeah, and-
sausages.
sausages. Yep. Can't ask for much more on a Sunday.
No, you know what you could ask for?
Sausages and
Guys, if you are not following the lovely Doc, please make sure that you go to my title and click on his name. The man is a lovely man. He's a lovely being. All right. Tubes and Talks. We're going to close it, friends. I love you all. Thank you. We're going to go find someone to raid here because I have family photos to get to. We have the stuff and the things. All right, let's go there. There we go. Guys, if you are not already in my server and you want to get updated whenever I go live, My link was supposed to be posted in chat and it definitely didn't do it. So there it is. There this is. Because of the time constraint, I'm going to do the wheel tomorrow. We'll do the wheel first thing. I did not do the spin. We'll do it tomorrow. Also, side note, we'll be front page tomorrow. Yeah. So we should have a few more friends in here tomorrow. Flippin', thank you for the 17 months, dude. No, thank you all. Critter, what's up, homie? No, thank you guys so much. I appreciate the loves. Always, always, always. Thank you guys. We will do the spin first thing tomorrow. No, thank you guys. I appreciate it. The front pages. That's right. Let me go find someone for us to raid into. Because Doc is also going to be closing shop. Yeah. Sounds like a wheel plan. It is a wheel plan. All right, let me mute this. Do this. Oh, this is perfect. Ads are trying to play, and we'll be able to raid out before the ads happen. So this is good. 'Tis good. No, thank you all. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you guys for the biddies. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. All right, let me... Let's see. We are gonna go... Oh, I will. It's always a stressful time when you want to do... It's always a stressful time when you want to do family photos. But I feel like my wife takes on a lot of that stress because she wants it to look a certain way. And I totally understand. Like I'm like, listen, I will wear whatever the heck you want me to wear because it is the moment to grab the photos that we stick on the wall, you know? I totally get it. Watching for a while on YouTube, made an account. I appreciate it. Thank you, friend. Greet Mrs. Flash? Greet her? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Greet her? Did I miss anything cool? We played with Doc today. Say hello. Okay, that's a little bit better. I guess I never heard someone say it like that. Greet her for us. On our regard. I don't know. Flash gave Eric a pink Tesla. I did give Eric a pink Tesla. That lucky dog. That lucky dog. Occasion for the photo? Yearly photos. Yearly photos. We do them every year. All right. Let's see. Oh, I need to talk to Doc about Escape the Backrooms. They reached out to me. I mean, I already have the damn game, but they did reach out to me. Zero Plays, welcome in. We got to play that again. All right. Let us go say hi to a homie. Does this work? It does. If you're a follower, the first one's for you. If you're a sub, the next one's for you. If you are a little creepy tier 3, you get your own. We are going to go say hi to a friend. Thank you guys for an awesome stream. You guys are amazeballs. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to go say hi to Break. Break is streaming. We got to meet Break IRL, which was freaking awesome. Break is a homie. We have tomorrow, we have Wednesday, and we have Friday. Those are the last 3 days for the month. The last 3 streams for the month. So I'm excited. I'm excited. There's gonna be some fun stuff coming. What else is happening? It's gonna be a while, but I think in April, I think so. I'm gonna try my best this time to actually go out to the St. Jude conference that they have. Last year I didn't get to go because of work, but I'm gonna try my best. I got to talk to the person who organizes everything while I was at TwitchCon, which was awesome. She's amazing. She's awesome. Amanda's amazing. And I'm hoping this year I get to go. So that is the plan. All right, let me grab my own raid message. All right. Thank you guys for an amazing stream. I will see you guys later. I'll do my best to have a few videos out this week per the usual. If you haven't already done so, if you haven't checked out the tubes or the rest of the socials, they are all there. But thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Much love. Bye.